Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and today we have two assistant coaches at Ottawa University. And who do we have here?
Well,
Hunter?
my name's Hunter Lewis. I'm the top assistant here at Ottawa University. A little bit about myself. I'm from around the area. I'm about 30 minutes away from a small town. Grew up on a farm. Played high school here, probably 25 minutes away from Ottawa. Small town school. It was a 3A at the time. I'm not sure even what class
Yeah, you
they
got
are
to
right
get,
now.
hey, my people nosy. Always give who, what, and where. What was the high school and where'd you grow up or middle school? They want to know. And any shout outs, give names. We like
All right,
FBI,
absolutely.
CIA.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I grew up 25 minutes away in Williamsburg, Kansas. Population's less than 500. Grew up on a family farm out there, and then I went to high school at West Franklin, which is in Pomona. It's about like a triangle here with Ottawa. There was nothing in my hometown growing up. So if you needed gas, if you needed fuel, if you needed food, anything, you had to come to Ottawa, or a different town. That's roughly 30 minutes away. At my high school, I played baseball growing up all the way up until my sophomore year of high school.
What you play?
Um, I was a first baseman, and then I played a little bit of outfield. Baseball was my first love for sure. I was a big baseball guy growing up. Got burnt out early, so then I transitioned to playing basketball, focusing on basketball, and then I picked up golf my junior and senior year as well. So I was a dual sport athlete, not multi or three sports or anything like that. Basketball definitely was my strong suit. Golf, I went to state twice my junior and senior year. It was a fun time, fun group. But
What
basketball is definitely
position
my
did you
love.
play in basketball?
Basketball, I was a shooting guard. I was just like Micah. I was a shooter. Catch me behind the 3-point line. That's basically where you're going to get from me.
You had no handles?
They were all right. They were doable. They got the job done, but I wasn't no point guard by any means.
Uh, so when what got you into coaching?
Yeah, so I went to Neosho County right out of high school to play basketball. I fell into some injuries there. I tore my ACL and meniscus, so I redshirted my sophomore year. I decided to leave there, not go back for a redshirt season. I came to Ottawa University. Coach Steve was recruiting me out of high school, and then I came here. He gave me another shot, coming off of a torn ACL and meniscus. I got here, played preseason my first year as a junior, tore my meniscus again, and then I gave it up. So I became a student assistant here at Ottawa University. I was a student assistant for 2 years, my junior and senior year. And then I was a grad assistant for Ottawa University for 2 years. And then I have been on staff now full time for 2 years. So this is my second year on staff.
Run it down from your first years. Uh, let let our audience know what it was like, your journey to where you're at now.
Yeah, so as a student assistant, it's definitely different. You're the same age as all those guys. You're in the classroom with all those guys. You got to find that connection where they trust you on the court, but you can still have that friendship off the court and everything like that. As a GA, I was a JV coach, so I wasn't as involved in the varsity. I was more with my JV team here at Ottawa, and I loved every minute of it. I had two good groups my 2 years as I was JV coach. So as throughout my coaching career, it's definitely been different. Just in my roles that I am and the youth that I was. But now, I try and build those connections with our guys. Given that I'm 25, about to be 26, so those I'm still younger. I can adapt to those guys, connect with those guys, but also once we're on the basketball court, they know that I'm their coach and that they're the players, and we still get our job done.
So, talk about last year's season.
Yeah, last year was unique. Coach Cross was here. First time meeting him was early August. He gave me the job. He really didn't have anyone coming with him, and we were still around, so he gave us the jobs to be on his staff. It was a learning curve for sure. Our first 20 games, Coach Cross was our head coach. Learned a lot from him. He was an excellent recruiter. He was an excellent offensive coach. And then the last 10 games, he had to leave with health issues, and Coach Patterson was the interim head coach, and it was just me and him running the program. So it was a learning curve for us. Coach Patterson trusted me, into doing the things that we needed to do for those last 10 games. And it was honestly awesome. And it was a privilege to be able to have that opportunity.
Talk about this. See, I wanted to talk to the players about this, but I can talk to you, both you coaches. When you've been coaching with another coach, or you're a player and you come to another coach, different coaches have different philosophies. So, how hard was it for you to buy into the new coach's philosophy from the old coach, or did they have the same somewhat philosophy on how to?
They had similar philosophies. Definitely, they were honed in on the offensive end. We were looking to score a lot of points. We had a very talented roster last year. So we felt like if we could defend a little bit, we'd always be in every game just because we had the ability to score with every team. Um, I think last year, whenever Coach Battis took over, we were just trying to keep the boat afloat. We were trying to kind of piece things together. You can't change things overnight with a whole roster that's already played 20 games. So, we tried to mimic what Coach Cross had going on, and also fine tune a few things, so we could keep going forward. Felt like we did a good job doing that last year. It was obviously a tough situation to be thrown into, but we had some upsets. We were fighting till the end. I think we lost in double overtime to Bethel last year in the conference tournament. If we win that game, I think we make a national tournament bid for sure. So.
So, tell my audience what you're looking forward for this season.
Yeah, this season is definitely also, I would say, unique as well. We lost 9 seniors last year. A couple guys transferred out. We brought 2 returners in. Landyn Tyler was one of them. He was a transfer for us last year, so it was also tough for him. He wasn't one of our recruits, but he was a hell of a player. We enjoyed him. He's so fast, no one can stay in front of him. And then we had Alex Riddick. He was a true freshman last year, back up big for us. I mean, he'd average 10 to 12 minutes a game. It was good for him as a freshman to get that experience. But this offseason, he tore his labrum, so he can't play for us this year. And he actually just tore his other labrum, so he had double shoulder surgery. So he's got a bright future hopefully ahead of him. He's going to be a redshirt sophomore for us next year. But yeah, I mean, this year is a whole lot of new faces, so it's taken some time to get the chemistry built up. We've had some guys that have been sitting out with injuries, so this is their first year or first time playing in over a year. So it's just taking some time to adapt, get those guys familiar with each other. We've battled with some injuries early on this team so far, so just trying to get everyone healthy, get everyone back together on the court, and finally fine tune all that chemistry and cohesion for those guys.
Hey man, you shouting out to anybody?
Um, I can always shout out the family for sure. They're definitely my biggest support system. My dad, Kipper Lewis, he taught me all the hard work. My mom, she's probably my biggest supporter. Cindy Lewis, she's great. My older sister, Mackenzie Lewis, she's a hard worker. They're all hard workers. They're great people. I wouldn't be where I am without them. Obviously, a few coaches. My high school coach, Micah Temple, he was definitely a big influence to me. My JUCO coach, Jeremy Coombs, now at Barton. He's obviously a great coach. He's definitely an influence of mine. And then also Jamie Badish. He was around whenever I was a student assistant. He was around when I was a grad assistant. He's definitely a guy I look up to, and a great friend.
All right, it was a pleasure having you on. Who we got here?
Thank
Yes, your turn. Run it on
Hi,
down.
Karen. Okay. My name is Bruce Marshall. I'm assistant here at Ottawa University. I've been here for this year only.
Now
I did
go
my
back to
BA.
Ken. Hey, Bruce. You know that we the kindergarten people, man.
Okay. Okay. So I grew up in a military family. My dad was in the Navy. I was born in Maine, actually. Moved to Iceland, moved to Minnesota, moved to Georgia, and then landed in the middle of Missouri in Fayette, Missouri. Small town of about 2,000 people. Central Methodist University is there for anybody that knows where that is. So grew up there. Basically been playing basketball since middle school. Played point guard most of my life, and then
What's
I
your
grew about.
measurements?
I'm 6'10", 6'10",
Woo! All right.
240. So I played point guard all the way up through my freshman year of high school, and then I grew to about 6'8" my sophomore year, and then I was a center from then on out. Played at Missouri State University, and then transferred to Missouri Southern, where I finished out my career. and I've been coaching for the past 9 years. It's been 9 years. So that's where it's been at.
Run that down. Run down from your first year coaching and talk about what that was like, because it's really, in retrospect, you really can see
Oh yeah.
What's what.
It's weird. It's from being a player transitioning to a coach, you don't really know what if your voice is correct and what you're saying is correct because you're still so young and you're still trying to figure it out. I was lucky enough. I coached high school for the first 2 years, and the head coach I worked for, Ben Powerty, he did a really good job of just kind of letting me find my voice and really work through a lot of that stuff. But yeah, it's hard transitioning from the player to the coach. And I've been a lot of places as a coach. I've coached high school for 4 years now, coached college for 5.
And
So
then talk about the difference. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but
oh,
I'll
you're good.
forget.
Yeah.
Then talk about the differences in the high school and the college.
High school is different. Obviously, the level's different, but the style of play is different. The way you have to coach kind of more basic from the ground up, fundamental knowledge, and then once you get up here, it's kind of like, you take all that and then you hit the ground running with all of that information. And so, um, the relationships you build at the college level, I feel like, are more long lasting. But I still have love for all the players that I coached in high school and all that stuff. So. It's a weird transition, man. I've coached 2A high school basketball, 6A high school basketball,
What was
and
the
then now here.
difference? Tell our audience. I'm trying to milk this for all
Okay.
the information that my audience might not know. They come to the game, see, but all the backstory.
Small town high school basketball, there's not a lot of athletes, high level athletes, just good basketball players that are just willing to work hard. And so you kind of leverage that and you put in systems that they can be successful in. And then you coach the higher level high school basketball, man. They've got some crazy athletes. You've got D1 guys, and you really just give them a system where they can show their talents and really excel. It's a lot of fun either way. There's pros and cons to both, but I love being here at the college level. I feel like this is where my skill set shines, and I just love being back.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the participation by the fans and the administration? When Hunter was talking about on the farm, I want to tie into what you said, because in the little farming towns,
Yeah,
basketball and football, they are the main thing on the weekend. And they don't
yeah,
have the greatest athletes, but just like you work hard on the farm, you said we have to devise plays basically and things that fit their
yeah,
skill set.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So are you talking about more the city participation, like
Well,
who
the
shows
different
up at the
levels
game?
of talent. That's what I heard you say about you coached these different levels,
Hmm.
and you had to design different plays and a different type of play for the kids that were hard working, could play fundamental, but they didn't have that athleticism and some of the things when you coached at a different level.
Right, right. Yeah. So small town basketball, man, it's hard because you don't want to say anything negative about it. It's more of just finding stuff that fits that personnel and fits that skill set. So, you got guys that obviously can't dunk the ball at Class 2 basketball, so you can't draw blob plays, you can't do any of that stuff. So, you just give them systems like, we ran simple read and react when I was at Fayette. And so read and react is basically pass cut. And then, there's no shot clock. So you're really trying to hunt for layups and wide open threes. And then, you get to 6A basketball. We had a guy named Tate McCubbin who plays at Austin P right now. You could throw lobs to him. You could pretty much design anything that you wanted to and get really creative. And, you kind of can't do that stuff with Class 2. But to your point, though, the city, that's really all they have, right? So, you go to those games, and some of those rivalry games are some of the craziest atmospheres you'll play in, you'll coach in. And there's maybe 500 people in the stands, maybe. And it's one of the loudest gyms you'll be in. And it's just a
I'm
really
like,
good atmosphere.
they act like that at the NBA finals when you go
Oh, yeah.
to those team games in them little small towns.
Yeah.
If you want some excitement, it's gonna be some in that gym.
Oh yeah, and in the 6A basketball world, I coached in Columbia, Missouri, and so there's big rivalries within the city, and so I coached at Battle, and so anytime we'd play, we had Rockbridge and Hickman. We had probably 4,000 people in the stands, and you could barely breathe. The gym was so hot and so loud, and those are really cool atmospheres as well.
So how important is it for you to have your administration behind you at Ottawa?
At Ottawa, it's extremely important. Anywhere, it's extremely important. Successful programs start with successful administrations, and they've been really supportive here, and they've done a really, really good job of just making sure all our needs are met. We meet with them all the time. They're really great.
This is for both of you coaches. With Cascade Sports being home to student athlete, how important do you press the kids' education?
Go ahead, Hunt.
Yeah, I'll start. It's very important. We tell all of our recruits that we have study hall for them every week. We have 4 days that they have the ability to go into our study hall library for 3 hours each day. They have to get 3 hours each week as each individual. There's plenty of time to get the help that they need. They also know that we have all the connections on campus with professors, advisors, tutors. If they come to us, we can point them in the right direction, and definitely help them get that degree that is the main priority for us here at Ottawa.
All right. Well, it was a plum pleasing pleasure having you guys on the show today, and we look forward to covering some of your games.
Awesome.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate
It was
you.
awesome.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you for having us as well. I know the guys enjoyed it, and definitely just are appreciative as well.
All right.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.